Dire team back.
Game 3 of King of the North. This is the semi-finals already for the qualifiers. Only one more game, we find out who will actually be going to Manchester at the start of March. So once again, we've got Team Cambridge, who we obviously saw in the first game, take out Team Serial Killers, and TP to Safety, who I believe you know a fair bit about, Max.
Yeah, I get along well with Henry, the captain. We've played some games together. I've watched him cast a whole bunch of their games, and I've watched a whole load of Cambridge games as well. These are probably the two teams I've cast the most. So
it's a nice and easy one for you.
In theory.
Oh, a nice little combo to start that one off. Always a nice thing to cast, I find, IO tiny combos. You just see lots of pickoffs every, 90 or so seconds when he gets his ultimate.
Yeah, I suspect Cambridge did expect this. They pick up the Viper straight away to play against the Wisp Tiny mid. This is something that Nottingham do quite a lot. Cambridge will have seen it before. Invoker, Death Prophet, Bans, we haven't seen those heroes get through it all so far. Earth Spirit, also not seen him get through or get picked. Laundry Route, we did see them once. Didn't go so well.
See, I like Death Prophet, I always have. It's just really annoying that she's at that point where she's not good, she's too good, so no one gets a chance to pick her up.
Absurdly good. Absolutely insanely good.
Yeah, I've got my little demi-hero of her next to me right now, get a little good luck charm.
I do think these 4 bands are the 4 strongest heroes right now. I think those bands make perfect sense. Those are the ones that maybe Earth Spirit the least of them all, which is obviously crazy to say that Earth Spirit is the least ridiculous of those heroes, but he kind of is at this stage. Even the Invoker nerfs, I don't think have really knocked him down. The way that just it doesn't matter what build you do, you can just blow people up all across the map. Or whether you go Quaswex and get an Orchid, or if you go Exort, go the Yules, blow people with a Meteor Sunstrike. Anyway, he's not in this game, so whatever. Don't have to look at him. Don't have to look at Zeus as well, great. Void is taken out. There was a ban against Void, there was a ban against Cambridge earlier that took out Void as well.
10 seconds remaining.
That's the only sign we've had of him.
Yeah, maybe we'll see some. I think maybe if TP to Safety is some kind of global type of strategy, obviously the Zeus has been banned out already, but they wouldn't really put him mid because they're going to go tiny. They could put something like a Spectre safe lane, and just have so much global presence. It just makes it hard for Team Cambridge to split up, or they could just get picked off.
I think a Spectre safe lane would be okay. The global strat, I think that would be good. I think a Nature's Prophet would be pretty nice, but we don't really know what it's going to be playing against.
Yeah, it's still all early to tell. Another Vengeful Spirit though. Will we see a third Sven today? Seems to be one of the most popular combos. Obviously, from what we've seen in our 2 games, it's been a 100% win rate. I'm not sure how it's gone in the other few games. We'll have to do a double check over on Dota and Dota Buff afterwards to see overall win rate.
I think either of these teams could pick up the Sven at this point. I know that Joff likes to play it, and I know that Burge plays it on the side of Cambridge, so...
It's just a great combo, really, isn't it? Just having the extra damage from Vengeance Aura and the minus armor, and then the 2 huge stuns. It means you can just pick off a weak enemy offlaner quite quickly just by hitting a few stuns.
Yeah, getting the 2 reliable stuns is very strong.
How do you like to build your Vipers these days? Do you still like going for the mech, or do you just go straight damage into things like Dragon Lance and all that type of thing?
I think probably not a mech. We've seen Vipers go all sorts of different builds, but I think in general the mech isn't the answer at the moment. I think going probably SMY as soon as you can. The Dragon Lance is pretty good. Dazzle pick up here again. This was played, am I right in thinking this was played against Cambridge, and Cambridge beat it earlier? That's right, yeah?
Yes, they had the Dazzle with the Witch Doctor, didn't they, on the Serial Killer side.
The Zeus is a weird ban this game. I don't think that TP to Safety would have actually picked up Zeus, but whatever. It's just a super annoying thing to play against, and it's weird to
Reserve
pick
time.
Viper and then ban Zeus. Surely,
Yeah,
if you want
the Zeus
if you
to
want
hit you.
if you want anything against Zeus, it's going to be the Viper. But I get it totally. Zeus sucks. I don't want to play against Zeus and Weaver. Would you look at that?
When was the last time
Quite
you
an
saw
early.
him?
I mean, there are actually quite a lot of people picking up Weaver at the moment. There were a couple of pickups. If we want to talk about UK Dota, there was a couple of pickups in I think the grand final of the Heritage, where Bath picked up Weaver and somehow managed to
10
beat.
seconds remaining.
Oh, picked it up once in the semi-finals. Put it mid, won that
5
lane, won the
seconds
game.
remaining.
Picked it up in the grand finals, did something else with it, won the game. But the team that I've seen playing it all the time has been DC with
Dire
Mason
team back.
playing the Weaver, and he's been playing that quite a lot. They just won the BTS Americas tournament. It was against Archon, I think, and 3 of the games that they won all had Weaver in them.
Dire team
So
Yeah, I can remember Mason playing a very good Weaver back
Yeah,
in TI4.
yeah. Weaver, my favorite hero. I like him. I think he's in an okay position right now. I think people finally, figuring out that leveling up the swarm is really good. That kills things. The
Yeah.
amount
10
of,
seconds remaining.
amounts of armor that actually reduces at max level is super high.
5
It's how
seconds remaining.
frequent it is as well. You know, he keeps hitting
Yeah.
and does a lot of minus armor.
Yeah, it's
Reserve time.
what is it? 12 hits every 0.8 seconds.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, at plus 20 damage, and the damage is physical as well, so that's amplified as it goes on by the minus armor.
So, interesting one to see Necrophos. He's a good hero, but the amount of sustain they could have on the Cambridge side at the moment could be huge. Just where will they lane that Necrophos? Will they put him safe
I
lane?
imagine safe lane, yeah. Necro, good against Weaver. Good against the Wisp as well.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, of course. So now, and there's Clinks. A lot of
Clinks.
invers for that team.
Pick.
Baller. Yeah, that is a double invis.
I suppose Clinks
So
is more
safe.
ganking than Huskar.
I guess
Bringing out
this is going to be.
Mineski style strats here with the Dazzle Huskar.
I guess this is going to be a solo save Clinks and an off-lane Undying Weaver. Do you think, or the other way around? Or like Undying with Clinks. I don't know. I think Clinks can probably handle the safe lane on his own, whatever he's
Yeah,
against.
I'd say the Weaver with the Undying. I think that could be quite good.
Huskar,
Shut down.
Huskar, in my humble or not so humble opinion, is a terrible pick against the Clinks and against the Weaver.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
Those heroes surely are going to blow that up, and one of those two is going to have the Deso very, very early in the game, and they do a lot of physical damage on their own anyway. But like you said, Dazzle,
10
strong,
seconds remaining.
especially with the Huskar.
Well,
Cambridge are not going to want to take this late. They are going to want to ball.
I think both teams
Ball.
really want to fight quite early. It's going to be a lot of fight in this game. I think it could be quite enjoyable to see.
Yeah, it's going to be all action. Again, start every
Always
game.
a pause because they're still discussing strategies or just a
Yeah.
casual disconnect.
So we have Joff playing the Clinks, Cloud Reed on the Wisp, Weaver being played by One-Armed Wamper, I don't know who this is, Never Don't Give Up on the Tiny, and Cook
I like
My
that
Sock
name.
on the Undying.
I like that Never Don't Give Up name. It's quite quite funny.
Never Don't Give
Anyway.
Up likes to play Viper and build things like Blink Dagger and Guardian Greaves.
Oh, nice. Guardian Grooves you can see. Blinky, I suppose, as well. But either way, quite interesting one. So we've got Burge on the Viper this time for Team Cambridge, OS on the Huskar, everything playing Dazzle, Dizluffy on the Necro, and 5-7 on the Vengeful Spirit. And it seems that Necro... Oh, I can't... Oh, once again, I can't click any of the heroes to see items. I have to press F5 to see their items. Great.
Yeah, this is it's
Reborn?
when you select a cameraman. Cameramen aren't the people that click items. I don't know why it's like that. Reborn sucks.
Oh, no, that's annoying. Good old
Just
Reborn.
don't set cameraman. Basically, just let Dota TV take it from whoever's first.
Alright, cool.
And
I should have
that
done
should
that.
fix
then.
it next time. So there's not actually going to be a skirmish at level 1. Necro is just going to sit down here. I guess he will be farming. He's going to sit at the bottom lane, wait for his block. 5 dire heroes going to this bottom rune. They will be able to get that. There's not going to be any contest. Cambridge will get top, and
It's just
everyone's
both
just
teams
going to return
want
to
to
the
fight
lanes.
so early, it seems. Oh, and they're going for that little cheeky play of the IO on the cliff, it seems.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to happen though.
Nah, nobody's going to turn up to that, no way. So they do get the observer ward block. I imagine this will go. Imagine this won't be here forever.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this Huskar lane up top. Could be quite interesting.
So is this going to be a try of Huskar, Dazzle, Venge?
It's going to be a difficult one though, I think, either way.
It's a super hard tri lane to play against, but if there's someone to play against it, I think Weaver is a very good one, and obviously Undying pretty good in the tri lanes. Venge though is ready with the sentries.
You've got to be. You've got to be. Lots of sentries this game going to be bought. Stop those Weavers and Clinxes running around and going too wild.
Yeah, and I think I really like the lanes of Cambridge so far.
I think mid's an interesting one. It'll be, you know, Viper will have to obviously wait till he's got a few points in his second passive to get that magic resistance. Of course, keep scaring him off with that extra damage as well. But
I
think Tiny will still be able to find out.
I think the Viper is going to have a pretty good time. We'll see how that goes. Top is obviously going to be super risky for the Weaver. He's not going to be firing much at all. Bot lane is the one that I think might go in Nottingham's favour. Necro has just hit level 2. He takes the Heartstopper Aura just to try and do some harass to the Clinks.
What's the build for Necro? Just a casual 3-1-3 like a usual? Or is he going to go something greedy just to try and harass out?
4-1-3, yeah. 4-1-3, I guess. Now mid lane, Viper takes loads of damage. He isn't pointing his corrosive skin yet, so he takes full damage from the combo. Dazzle has to rotate mid.
Just to give him a sound.
Yeah, Zal gets popped. Throws out the early poison touch, level 1 poison touch. Weaver, he's only found 1 CS so far, but the creep wave now will be pointing towards his tower thanks to this pull. So he should be able to find a little bit here. Mid lane, I don't know what just came out. Boots, I think, the Tiny.
Oh,
Necro's somehow farming better than the Clinks right now. Don't know how that happens, but it is.
Just gotta farm it.
Clinks at some point should be able to solo kill this Necro, right? I don't think there's anything that Necro can do to stop.
Dazzle actually getting the bounty rune up top, and it could cause a bit of something to happen. They're gonna get the tether, so I will just get out.
It's a nice little juke from the Wisp there. Huskar and the Venge, I guess, knew that was gonna happen and didn't bother rotating down.
Nonetheless, all 3 cores on the Radiant side, farming a little bit better than the Dire. Not too much between Huskar and Clinks.
Yep, I do think that this is going to be a very, very good laning phase for Cambridge. I don't know. It kind of relies on Nottingham messing up for them to find the kills, but if they find the kills, it is going to roll pretty hard in their direction with winning the lanes and getting kills, and then it will be an extremely hard one for extremely hard stage, you know, an extremely hard task for Nottingham to come back.
So what's Cambridge's plan for pushing really? Because they don't really have too much in terms of getting towers unless they can just kill all 5 enemy heroes.
Yeah, I feel like that will probably be it. They've got a lot of range heroes. They're going to have the Venge Aura. They're all 5 range, so they're just going to be able to sit away from the towers, pound them down. Huskar should be doing plenty of damage.
Especially with Dazzle just keeping them alive that extra level.
Yeah, they don't have a super strong push strat like you said. They don't have the Death Prophet, they don't have the Lone Druid, anything like that. But I think as long as they've got room, the heroes on Nottingham will struggle to engage. Now there's an attempt at a wraparound from the Huskar here. They're just going to contest the pull. Yeah, they're going to take the neutrals for themselves.
This Necro is doing pretty damn well up against the Clinks. He's 5 CS ahead, isn't he?
Necro pretty much wrecking the Clinks right now. I should think that this is a Clinks advantage lane, but apparently not. He's just losing so much health to the aura right now as well.
So is it one of those games where Necro goes for the team play build, I like to call it, where you obviously get the
Tiny
mechs and like the tank.
tossing the Viper back, but Tiny will probably go down first here. Yeah, he is going to go down first, and that's first love for the Viper. Yeah, that was. Oh, it was got a win down top as well.
Well, that's an interesting
So
one.
there were I think 2 stacks of decay onto him, and then the tombstone goes down, and Weaver just can pound through with that damage. He did use the swarm, so the minus armor was there. That mid lane, I don't know. They should have seen that coming really. Obviously the nether toxin on Viper, they didn't know what level it was, but they knew it at least had to be level 1.
Very fast, getting Weaver alive just about there. We'll pop
yeah,
up
that
the
was
south.
actually the difference. Weaver level 4. Very low on mana.
Denied.
Cuck my sock, not got a single item at the moment.
Yep, he needs items. Weaver having to use his last bit of mana just for the Sakuchi to not get.
I think that's pretty much
Ripped by
all
the,
his mana's been this game is just Sakuchi, just trying to avoid Hostile getting 2 or 3 hits with his flaming spears on him.
Sorry, I'm just being messaged about audio
I'm
stuff.
echoing apparently.
Dire's bottom tower is under
By
attack.
echoing, do you mean I'm being played twice, or do you mean I'm getting...
All audio is coming through Dota.
Let's look around the map during this farming time.
Hopefully it'll be fixed. I do have co-casters muted.
As do I.
Apparently it's coming from me, so
Oh,
we'll see if it just fixes.
I'll just shut up a little. So Viper getting a little bit of aggression going towards the mid, but nothing's actually going to come out. I think even the Fisher may have missed it, but not Fisher, the Avalanche may have actually missed.
Yep, trying to do as much damage as they can. The corrosive skin, only at level 1. I like to see in general max corrosive skin, but I think the build that he's got in this lane does work really well.
Bit of everything.
Oh, this is not going to be a good dive. The TP is so fast from Dazzle and Venge. But Venge cancels Dazzle.
It looks like she's cancelled
I
it
guess-
to try and go on mid, up the top. Weaver just running away there.
Yeah, I guess
Getting
the
little bits of damage on him, but not enough. Oh, now the ultimate coming out from Viper towards Tiny. They're going to try and go on him. They have got
I
the Dazzle
think they
though.
will take out the Viper.
There's the
Oh,
Grave,
not with
and
the
then that's
Dazzle.
IO
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be as
a nice
well.
play. Yep, Dazzle saving the day there. Viper will have to move back, but they're not going to be able to get him. They're too low level to relocate even when they back up, so...
It's one of the
Okay.
lanes that they really needed to win for the Dire, I think, mid. Because they committed 2 heroes there, and if Viper's still getting kills, not really too great for them.
Yeah, Viper is pretty much the hero you want to put up against the tiny wisp mid. There's also the Razor. That's the only other one I think that can really deal with this properly. Klink's bot lane is now starting to catch up and farm, but
Now,
Necro is just doing so absurdly well.
Now he's got his Midas as well, which is like, it's going to be a lot of gold going towards him. Of course, the levels from it would be quite nice as well, going towards that Reaper's Scythe. The more
Yeah.
levels is just a lot of damage towards it. It's probably going to be an Aghanim, I suppose, getting up to 1.5
Yeah,
damage per missing HP.
I think Blink Ags is probably the way to go here. I think you're right. I don't really think there's anything else that can make Necro so just ridiculously strong in the amount of impact that he can have on the game. Preventing those buybacks is really something else. Huskar top lane, by the way, hasn't even got boots, but he's got an armlet.
Oh, of course. Of course.
So he is getting pretty damn strong at armlet.
Tiny
He's only
clearing
level 5.
Up his camp as well at the moment. Getting him a nice bit of catch-up gold, thanks to the IO there. But he might not be able to do it, so he's got the Avalanche.
Just
He's
get the
got-
Avalanche. No,
just
have to
take a
wait
little
for the
bit of
next
time.
toss. Whoa, the deeps! Look out, buddy!
Dire's
Yeah, we're
bottom
just about to
tower
hit that
Just
out at the
about.
end. There was a ping from the Viper. They know that that's happened, but it's too late. It's already gone. Obviously, they
He must have got probably about 15 or so, no, 10 maybe last hits there, so he's definitely quite far behind the Viper at the moment. Being
yeah.
up at
I mean, the net worth
42.
for combined
Yeah,
combined
2K.
Wisp and Tiny is only just about the value of the Viper right now. The Viper with the first blood, farming better in lane, just such a great way to deal with the Tiny Wisp. They picked it, you know, instantly, straight away, as soon as the Wisp Tiny came out. They were obviously prepared for it.
It was as if they
Now
expected it to happen.
Bot lane, there's a smoke on the Tiny, and there's obviously the invis on the Clinks. They want to try and deal with this Necrophos. They know that that's important. And will they get the avalanche? They just about get it. They're going to wait for the toss. They actually toss the Clinks forwards, but it will be plenty. Clinks gets the kill. Tiny's there to assist. Dazzle didn't TP'd in, but I think it was the range on the shallow grave that meant they couldn't cast it, thanks to this greedy 2-1-2 thing that he's got going on.
We got to top a little bit of a... I don't know what to call it there. It wasn't really a fight. It wasn't really, you know, just chilling. Yeah. There was just a lot of things happening.
Yeah, spells get cast, people walk away. End of story.
That's pretty much it. Meanwhile, mid-Viper's having a bit of a time, but they may still be able to get a kill.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a double kill for the Viper. I don't think they're getting out of this one.
TP out, but yeah, he's going to be coming back, but...
Oh no. Wisp tried to save the Tiny there.
Undying's coming down for the tether, but will he be close enough?
Yeah, I think he gets out of
this.
this.
They won't even really go.
It's fine. But the Salvan's the Viper, he's going to turn back towards him now. He doesn't have an ult available, but
Necro does.
The ult
the IO goes down for a long time.
Bye, buddy.
1 minute for a support this early in the game is
10 minutes in the game. I mean, he does have his relocate, so he will handily have that backup cooldown when he respawns, just about. After a few seconds, anyway.
Viper's having a pretty nice time mid, and he is going for that mech build we were talking about during the draft. He's got the buckler now, and the headdress as well. So it's going to be a lot of auras coming from the Viper. I suppose they're just going to try and buff up the Huskar this game. I'll see the Necro being able to do that as well. Necro still sitting on his Midas.
Yep, Clinks picked up some trades. I think he'll probably be able to kill the Dazzle right now if he really wants to go for it. What do you think the Clinks build is right now? He's got 1600 gold. Does he build straight into the Dessa? Does he go Blinks? What does he do?
I don't know. The Orchid could be useful this game for pick-offs on people like Dazzle and Venge, but as for the actual more important heroes, I don't think it's going to actually happen. So Dazzle bait in there, just pops the grave so that the
Sentry is down, but this isn't going to be enough to kill him.
He's just too fast on Clinks. That movement speed
Look
from the
at
skeleton.
That creepy hand. Creepy
Meanwhile,
hand
top and relocate coming out on the Huskar and the Venge. Don't have Dazzle up there.
This is going to be a nice double kill. I don't think they're going to kill anyone.
He's going to dive on anything he can.
Wisp is very
IO getting a double kill there.
Yeah, he's down. He dies wherever he TP back to there. That was still completely worth it. They got the XP. Wisp going down. I think you're fine with that. That's the hero. If you want to lose a hero, it's going to be the Wisp, especially when he's already used his relocate.
Tiny coming in, but he may still lose the tower. Oh,
Tiny coming in, the glyph. But Tiny.
And that's that mech coming out. It's going to be doing
Go on, get
the last hit either way.
Now Clinks is here. He wants it. He's chasing.
He's going to be enough. He's very tanky. He's got a lot
See
of
it again.
armor.
Now the dust is there. Clinks can't get away from this. Tiny tosses the Dazzle back towards the Viper, and the avalanche is great. Hit 3.
And there's the Necro.
Moving forwards. Necro won't be enough to get it with the ult, but he will still get both kills. They're going to be fine with that. Taking the Tiny out, that extra 30 seconds probably not going to matter too much. And with the Wisp only just respawning at the end of that, they probably initiated. They probably went a little bit too hard there. The Tiny and the Clinks maybe thought they were a little bit stronger than they were, and Nottingham are in trouble here. If you look at the net worth, the three Nottingham cores are right there below all 3 of the Cambridge cores, and that's kind of a sign of the times in this game. Now the push is coming out, the tier 2 mid taking quite a considerable amount of damage. Tiny is back up.
What's the build for Tiny then? Just going drums into an axe, or is he going to pick up a quick blink? Is that even worth going for the blink this game? They're quite far behind.
I mean, there's not really any other initiation. The Weaver isn't going to initiate. The Clinks from the Weaver, no lockdown whatsoever. I think the draft is kind of forcing the Tiny into getting a blink here, and I don't know. I feel like this draft from Nottingham is probably going to come back to bite him. I'm not really feeling the Clinks and the Weaver in the same draft. They really do kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess they want the Weaver to go late and the Clinks to make room until then. But if you want somebody to go super late. There are plenty of better heroes than the Weaver. The Spectre was unbanned, I think, in this game.
That's what we were talking about, wasn't it? Just having that global presence. Necrophos actually getting picked off, relocate from the invis from Clinks.
Yeah,
helping
that's
out
nice,
that one.
that's a nice catch.
Yeah, a little bit of a dive just to confirm the tower kill.
Yeah. There's no way at all.
Will they check those trees?
Probably not.
Has fallen.
Weaver is going for a Lincoln's, I guess. Here he's about to
Ben Jackson checking the trees there.
Did you see
They
him?
will find that Undying there.
No, yeah, rest in peace, buddy. There
And a free tombstone
money there. Look at that.
There's a lot of gold.
Is under attack.
Right, coming in now. They're trapped in the trees.
Yep, Lynx is coming in. There's going to be a lot of damage going out here. Change target, buddy. You're hitting the person. Yep, okay. Weaver, Huskar, they're going down so fast. Look at how much damage these guys do. The Viper back alive though. He buys back and time lapses back in.
Will he get anything?
To take out the Viper. There's actually no way he can even do this. He's got the wand. He doesn't even use the wand, and he. Oh god.
Ultra kill on the Viper.
Man alive.
Now sitting on 2k gold, and he's already got an Ogre Club. Will that be a BKB, a Dragon Lance, or maybe an Axe?
What even? That fast just happens. That fight just happened so fast. Everyone was clumped up so close together. It looked like the Clinks and the Weaver were just initially tearing through. But the
Viper's going
Grave
deep again. So tanky.
Yeah, the Grave came out during that from Dazzle. I think the Clinks kept on hitting the person that was graved, so they only got 2 kills out of it, and yeah, it was an absolute disaster from then on. The Weaver time lapse. I don't know if maybe the Weaver player is a little. They just had an idea for the draft, and the Weaver player is maybe a little bit uncomfortable on the hero. I don't know, but there was just no way that he was going to do enough damage to that Viper at that point. Yeah,
so we actually went for the Dragon Lance. Got a nice lot of attack range there, which is going to be really nice for aggression, I think.
Yeah, the can now just stand even further away from everyone and still just tear him to pieces. He has ended up maxing the corrosive skin. I think that's probably the right way to play this. It's just going to be so hard to get him down.
To attack him.
Yeah. Now there's a Weaver on one side and the Clinks on the other. The Clinks is going for the Deso, whilst the Weaver, I guess, slowly crawls towards the Lincolns. Now Clinks will be spotted. There's a courier, buddy. Go on, a day, a double day. Get it. You can hit that. Yes.
No.
Oh, it wasn't enough damage.
Let's send it back then. What it is
Searing chains. Okay, this is.
They got Necro down there.
He's not getting out of this one, I don't think. Is there a dust?
Oh, not quite.
Not going to be enough.
Hoping to chase it down with the aura.
Okay.
Well, that's not happening today. But bottom lane, they're going to be pressuring that tower, and it's going to be an easy kill, it seems.
Yep, space created.
Super listing now.
But Huskar still in lane. We'll take out the tower, like you said.
So it looks like the Clinks is going for a Desolator quite early with that Mithril Hammer. And then, has he got the health or the anything to really pick up that?
I mean, I think with the Death Pact, right now with Death Pact, he's got 1600 health with the treads as well, so.
Yeah, it's true.
I think he's doing okay for health, but now Viper takes out Need Undying. There's nothing he can do about that. Oh, his Soul Rip was actually really big there. Now they relocate forwards, but Huskar turns straight onto the Tiny. What are you going to do, buddy? But he gets tossed away. The IO is going to be going down super fast here. The mecha's already been popped. Now the Clink's damage is really big. It takes out the Huskar, and now they're going to turn towards the Viper. Weaver is here at the side. He's trying to find him with Shakuchi. The dust is popped onto the Weaver, who is going to be taken down. He doesn't have the time lapse. He uses the one that switches to strength threads, but it's not enough. Dazzle doing so much damage on the back lines. I think he got a Shadow Wave through a load of creeps there, and now he wants to do it again. He's got the power. Will he be able to do it? The TP and Necro. Still affected by the dust. It's not going to be enough. Dazzle just did so much work in that fight. This is what makes Dazzle a really strong hero. I think just all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you think all he's doing is graving people and throwing the occasional heal, and then he'll do 600 damage to someone with reduced armor from the ult with a Shadow Wave in the middle of a load of units. It blew up somebody during that. Who was it? It was someone at the back lines.
You've got the Undying and the Clinks, I believe, in that one.
Yeah, so looked like it should have been a really good fight. Dazzle had already used his grave, so everyone kind of felt it's okay to ignore him. We're chasing after the Viper, but I didn't see the fight recap. But on the gold graph, it pretty much stayed exactly as it was before, so pretty much an even fight.
I quite like this. Oh, that's a nice rock throw from that neutral there.
Oh, this guy. He's going.
He's going aggressive. He's very aggressive.
A lot of damage being done though.
He's got the grave, but still.
What's he attacking right now?
The IO.
Look at the attack speed. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Wisp will survive.
Cool. It's a nice blink from Necro there. Get him and the ult from the Necro. It's going to heal Necro right up and make him still be able to stay in these fights. And I really like this Necro build at the moment, having massive mobility from the blink and the boots of travel.
Yeah, it's obviously super paying off, and Clinks is just overextending so much. He picks up the Deso and thinks he can, you know, nuke someone down immediately, and it just doesn't quite work out that time.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Having the gem is going to be quite nice for them to be able to find those two Ender Zeros. And that's the main problem with the Dire draft is Weaver and Clinks are pretty damn similar. They both want minus armor and glass cannon style builds.
Yeah, I think the Weaver is still... The Weaver has quite a flexible build-up. After he gets a Lincoln Sphere, he can kind of go for anything. He can go for BKB if he wants to be super defensive and just wail on people for as long as he fights, for as long as he can in the fights. He can. The most common thing, I guess, instead of the Deso will be the MKB. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that. He could also get a Diffusal, which would be pretty good against the Necro this game since he's already got the Ghost Scepter, which is a great pickup on the Necro, by the way. Do you reckon it's going to be a
greedy Ethereal Blade, or do you reckon it's just going to be a casual Ghost Scepter to avoid the Clinks Weaver?
I think for now it will be the casual Ghost Scepter. He'll just be able to stay alive in those fights. Like you said, the Weaver and the Clinks won't be able to do anything to him during that.
On the flip side though, things like the Undying's Decay and the tiny spells, would they be a bit of a problem for the Ghost Scepter this game?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's that big a deal.
I suppose you can just wait out for the Avalanche and all that to be used, because they're not going to be used twice really for an Avalanche anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that could make that happen is Necro making the mistake of instantly popping the Ghost Scepter when Tiny goes in them, but I don't think he will be making that mistake. I think he'll use it. You know, when he's at the back of the fight, so keep on damaging with the Heartstopper Aura. And now I don't know what can be done here.
No, they're holding back. They're going for the trade on the tier 2. The relocate's going to come in. They're going to hit a Avalanche onto 3 into a toss. Maybe there we go.
And now
it's going to hit Dazzle.
Dazzle saves himself. And there's quite a bit of damage being done to the bench here. The dust is popped onto the Clink, so he's going to be going down super fast. He will have buyback if he wants to use it. He's down for 80 seconds. So if he wants to be able to save these racks, I think he'll probably have to. And if he wants to use it, he needs to use it sooner rather than later. Right now, Weaver is trying to chase out the Viper on the back lines, but this is not the play. The time lapse there. It's already being used. The Heartstopper Aura is going to get him. And now Tiny will be going down at the side. The nice soul rip, but it's not going to be enough. Tries to TP away. Doesn't work.
Now Clink's coming back in.
Back. Tiny yet to buy back. He's not going to be able to just solo here. Tiny buys back, but it's too late. He's going to be going down as well. Look at how much damage this Aura is doing. He does get some regen from the Wisp just in time, and now the toss back, but Necro uses the Ghost Scepter perfectly timed. He does take a lot of damage from the spinning balls. They do manage to clean them eventually, but that cost a lot. That was so many people dying. A buyback from both the Tiny, the Clinks, the Wisp died once and respawned.
I think one of the problems there for the Radiant was the Viper actually ran out of mana. He wanted to cast another poison attack on the Clinks, which would have killed him, but he didn't have the mana to do that.
Well, what's Viper going for here? Is he going to be getting the AC, or is he going to go for something else with this plate mail?
I think... No, he's gone for a plate mail, then yeah. I guess it'll have to be an AC. I don't think Shiva's is really that worth for this game. It would be nice for his mana pool, but overall I don't think it does enough for a Viper.
He's picked for Hyperstone, so he is going for the AC.
Yeah, that's definitely a play. I think maybe into something like an Axe could be good for him, just to give him a bit more of a mana pool. Doesn't really want any other intelligence-based items.
Now Tiny just has nothing. Treads drums, and he's used all the charges on his drums.
Already, and not really done much with it.
He's got, he's 1, 7 and 13. He hasn't been able to pick up any really of these kills that he's been involved in. The Wisp has got 3. Who else has been getting all these kills?
He's still not picked up that
spread
blink
out all
dagger
over
that
the
we were
place.
talking about a while back, so he should have it shortly because he is sitting on
he'll
2200
probably
gold.
pick it up after he picks up another creep, but I don't know. I mean, he's got the mobility from the Wisp, and the Wisp just seems to be moving him into the middle of the fight. So, okay, he does pick it up. So he wants to kind of be able to try and make some plays independent of the Wisp. I thought that maybe there'd be the chance of going straight into the Ag, but the attack speed would be super low even with the overcharge. But yeah,
that AC is going to be doing quite a lot for that Radiant team now. See, I think they kept playing somewhat of a carry buff lineup, similar to what OG were playing in Frankfurt, just buffing up one person so they stay alive. And I think that hero is the Huskar this game. They've got things like Mex, the Grave, Venge with the medallion, of course the Necro heal, and they're just going to try and keep Huskar alive as long as possible to do whatever.
They've got the Weave on him now as well, and look at the Wisp coming in right in the middle of the fight, and now Tiny blinks to the back, almost takes out the Dazzle straight away, but he will be able to save himself. He will hope he's taken down faster than that, and the Clinks is taken out. Was that with an Aghanim Scepter? No, he wasn't. He's only got the point booster right now. Clinks is down for 100 seconds, Tiny is down for 60, neither of them have buyback. This is the end of this game, right?
It has to be. IO's not going to be coming back on. Well, there we go. Didn't look, it had a TP. But that rack's gone, and looks like mid's going to shortly follow.
Yeah, this has to be over. There's no way they can defend this. The cores this game have just been way too defensive. Sorry, way too offensive, I guess. Like, they've been diving a lot. They've been going into the middle with loads of enemy heroes without enough support. Weaver, nearly dead, gets healed up a lot. Small, yeah.
Diving, looks like IO's going to go.
Yeah,
it's another buyback they have to use.
30 seconds until Tiny's up, but it's still a whole minute until Clinks.
They're just making a lot of space up by this area while the Huskar and the Venge to take out the towers.
Yeah, I mean, Tiny gets relocated in and instantly blinks onto the Dazzle, but nobody follows him. Nobody followed the Tiny back to the Dazzle to try and take him out. He thought he'd be able to get him fast enough, but the burst wasn't quite there. He didn't have the attack speed to get enough hits out, and the Weave was ticking up on the Dazzle as well. Dazzle has a gem, now he has a Ghost Scepter. I don't think there's any comeback here.
Yeah, they've lost 2 lanes of racks and then pretty much an early push lineup.
Tiny is so far behind. So far behind.
Yeah, if you look at the net worth, he's sitting behind the Dazzle, which is just not really that fun for a mid hero. Well, it got babysitted by a Wisp.
Yep, and now
that's even more evasion for Huskar now with the Venge having that
Solo Crest now.
Oh, Salad Crest, yes. And he's got the halberd for himself.
And there's even the pack leaders already here for this push. I mean, you said maybe Cambridge would have some problem just pushing, but it doesn't seem like it. Now Tiny's in the middle of everyone. The Glimmer Cave was really good, but the Reaper Scythe has now disabled his buyback. He can't come back into the fight. Dazzle has saved up the Venge, who is now smacking into everyone, and yeah, that's it. Venge goes down to the Weaver bug in the end, and that's all they get.
Yeah, that was very convincing game once again from Burgess Viper there.
Yeah, the lanes weren't good enough from Nottingham. The lanes didn't turn out the way they wanted them to. Obviously the picks, I don't know if there was, I don't know if there's something in particular that they picked up the Clinks for in the end, if they had a specific purpose for it, if they were trying to counter something, maybe to outlane the Necro. But he didn't outlane the Necro. He didn't do enough later on into the game. He got himself killed on mid lane trying to take out the Necro once he picked up the Desolator. Tiny Clinks both overextended a couple of times. Another again mid when he tried to get somebody who had TP rotations. They both got killed.
I think one of the deciding fights was up top when they all walked into the trees. Weaver bought back and then died once again to the Viper. Viper got himself an ultra kill, which finished off a lot of items for him. I think he was sitting on 4k just after that fight. Yeah,
Cambridge confident in the strategy there. It paid off pretty much perfectly for them. The Dazzle played fantastically. Such good play from the Dazzle this game. He only died once in all of that. So yeah, I don't know if we've got a result for the other game.
No, I've just checked and it's still going on, it seems. So the Cambridge will be potentially qualifying for the main event and they've just got to win one game now to do that, and that'll be either against Durham something something or the Skybath Majors, which we saw about an hour ago.
Okay.
Convincingly beating the Mango Unchained with those rapiers.
So, just a quick shout out to our sponsors once again. Twitch, Noel, MSI, Gamers Apparel, Computer Planet, and the University of Manchester obviously hosting the event. We will be back. I think there might be a short break before the final today. I don't know how long that's going to be, but yep, stick with us. We'll be back for the final.